Hey, welcome to Playing for Keeps, the podcast where we take a deep dive in love, sex, dating, and relationships. It's your girl DJ introducing our new segment, Dating Chronicles, where we will have guests come on every Wednesday to speak on a funny, crazy, or romantic dating story. Tune in if you need a laugh, to hear something romantic, or maybe hear someone else's experience to help you grow in your relationship journey. Hey everybody, it's your girl DJ with Playing for Keeps podcast, and today we are kicking off Dating Chronicles. I have two special guests. I have my homegirl Simone, and I have my homeboy K Hurd / Ken. We will be mixing it up, Ken, K Hurd. Just know we talking to him, okay? So today we're kicking off Dating Chronicles. So with this segment of my podcast, I'm going to have special guests come on to give their dating stories, whether it's funny, romantic, crazy, whatever. So every Wednesday, catch Playing for Keeps podcast if you want to hear a dating story that may help you along your dating journey or whatever, or if you need a laugh, or if you want to hear something romantic or just something crazy just to get you through your hour, your day, hit up Playing for Keeps podcast every Wednesday. So let's get it cracking. How y'all doing?
You doing good?
Doing good. How you doing, Dominique? DJ?
I'm maintaining, child. I'm maintaining. This week is, what's it, the beginning of this week?
Monday, girl.
Yeah, it's already crazy. But it's going to be all right, though. It's going to be all right.
It's going to be good. Got to keep the head up. Got to keep going.
That's a big fact. So what's been going on? Anything going on with current events, shows? I don't keep up with nothing. I'm going to be real with y'all. Anybody keep up with shows?
No,
current
not
events?
About to say, y'all make sure y'all catch the Have and Have Nights every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. That's all I'm going to say.
The Haves and Have Nots?
The Haves and Have Nights.
What?
Every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock.
What's going on with that show?
I'm about to say Tyler Perry. Y'all know he is amazing. He is brilliant. This man put this thing together. Y'all got to peep it out. It goes down in the DM. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all you're going to say?
That's all I'm going to say.
Can you give a little bit of tea? Like, what's going on with the
little
season?
bit.
Just a little bit.
Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit. Just a touch. We got some people in jail. Got a few that just died. Got a couple that's on some things. So with that being said, we got to roll it forward, y'all. Y'all need to tune in and catch them. I don't even wait Tyler Perry little tease. So with that being said, y'all just catch it. Tuesday night, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
All right. Now
maybe 9.
9 o'clock.
Look, 8 or 9. Yeah, one or the other.
All right, bet. So who gonna start? Who gonna kick it off? Who got a crazy dating story or a funny story they gonna give?
We're going to let Ken tell us about his night last night.
Uh-oh, my night last night, y'all. So, let me tell y'all about this mess. So, last night, I decided to go out of town, go visit my friend, who is a homegirl, but I am a gay male. So, with that being said, I went on the app, decided to go see about, meet up with some people to hang out, see where things go. Mm-hmm. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I saw this picture. It reminded me of somebody like Morris Chestnut, maybe Shamar Moore. Just sexy, nice, body like dang.
Yeah,
got the lips, the face, and all. But y'all, when I tell you, I was greeted by somebody who looked like they just been ran over, stay on the street, ain't got nowhere to go. Which is catfish, right?
Straight up, break down the story, baby. What happened?
When I tell y'all, I'm laying in the bed, right? So some tell me to creep on up out that bed and go to that door and check just to see if anybody, outside the door. I look to the left, don't see nobody. I look right, I see something real big coming at me. So I ran back in the room and shut the door. I said, that can't be him. So, y'all, I go in the room, shut the door, lay on the bed, all like, that can't be him. So now I'm right. I'm like, are you already here or are you on the way? Because I just saw somebody in the hallway. I just want to make sure it's not you, right? Y'all, right at the very moment, knock at the door.
Oh, my God.
At the door. So I'm like, okay, baby, they can only go one of two ways. Either that was him or either somebody moved real fast. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I opened this door and a big old person just simply said, dang, you like a snack. Baby, you ate all the snacks.
Damn, so it
All
wasn't
of them.
no more chestnut.
Baby, when I tell
No
you more
shawarma.
chestnut turned into a big old nut, baby.
Oh,
When I tell you it was too much for me. It was too much to handle.
We gonna stop. OMG.
It was too much.
So what happened afterward? Like, how did you handle that?
Y'all, I didn't know what to do. I said, Lord, be with me. We're going to just see where things go. So with that being said, he came on in. I can tell y'all, he was very personable. Had a very good spirit. All that. He was silly, had humor. But baby, that body and that odor, I could not pass.
No, not the odor.
And so I gave him the door with my pass. Thank you for coming. I will see you again. Right. Or maybe never see you again. Next.
Oh my God. Okay, that reminds me of
God.
a story. Like when I first started trying to date, like after me and King's dad, my baby daddy, broke up or whatever. This guy, I think it was POF I met him on. And mind you, his pictures, I mean, he was an okay looking dude. He wasn't like no Morris chestnut or nothing like that. But he was all right. You know what I'm saying? His body, it looked like he worked out a little bit or whatever. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Mind you, I wasn't too judgmental of my body size because at the time I was literally like, I probably was like 270 something. So I was a big girl out here, dating or whatever. But anyway, so we plan on meeting and, we meet so I can get in this car or whatever. Mind you, we get out to greet each other and I'm seeing this scrawny, skinny, short guy. Like, he just
little.
he was real little. Mind
Okay.
you, I just told y'all how big I was.
Right.
So then I'm looking like, damn. But I ain't say nothing. I said I'll give him a hug or whatever. I'm like,
Right.
okay. I guess he like big girls or whatever. Anyway, so we get in his car, and we drive to the restaurant and we talking and the date was kind of off. I don't remember the date, but the date threw me off. I forgot the stuff he was saying. But what I do remember, he was like, so why don't we get a hotel after this date?
A hotel?
Right. And I'm looking at him like,
On the first date?
on the first date.
A hotel?
Now, mind you, if he was fine.
Run it.
That's something different. But
Say
this
it
dude
again.
here was like, nah. I'm like, you already don't look like your pictures. Your conversation ain't really a hit. Ain't hitting on nothing.
Sound like
and you
catfish.
talking about, right,
Catfish.
straight catfish. Straight. And then you asking for a hotel. I said, nah, bro, I'm good on that. I just
good.
met you. I'm like, I just want to go. Well, why don't we go to the movies? Like, just trying to stress the night. I said, nah, I really need to go home. I got a son. I need to get home. And, we leave. And I'm to the point where I'm like, let me pay for my food so I don't feel like I got it. He's like, no, I got it. I'm like, so he paid for the food. And we get back in the car. And I'm thinking, this nigga really going to try to get me to go to a freaking hotel. Because at first he was driving another direction. I said, look, I got to go home.
Right.
I gotta go home.
Right.
And for 10, 15 minutes, we going back and forth. He's like, no, we can do. No, I need to go home.
Oh, so he really wanted you.
Yes, wanted.
That's wrong to you.
I was just like, what? Am I gonna have to sit on you? Like, what's up? Like, what are you doing?
Yes.
I need to go home. So after back and forth, he finally took me home. I got in my car. He texted me later on, hoping I blocked his motherfucking ass.
Baby.
And
iPhone, block them down.
Right. So that's one of my crazy stories. I might share another one. I have one more that I might share. Simone?
Yeah, I don't have any catfish stories for y'all.
You got
Baby.
stories.
I don't do catfishing, but let's see.
Romantic.
Okay, so I had a crazy thing happen to me when I was seeing this guy. So when I first met him, like, he was straight trying to like get me to be with him like crazy, and I was like, he would say he's just crazy. Oh, your hair looks good, and my hair would be all over the place. And I'm like, what the hell? Like,
Baby, he trying to hit
what
them
is he
sheets.
looking at? Like,
Right.
But one day he came over, and this is when I was in Rome, with my sister or whatever. He came over, and we were drinking and stuff like that, and we ended up sleeping together.
Oh, Lord.
Right?
Okay.
So, I mean, it was good. Like, I was like, oh wow. Like,
Ow.
damn, well, I guess I was missing something, So anyway, we slept together that night, and then after that, he was coming over like every single day. And I was like, I really start to like this guy or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there was another night we started drinking. We were listening to music, having a good time or whatever. And I got so drunk, I just started crying out of nowhere. So, like, that night,
wow.
like, it was all sweet. Like, he started, he, like, held me and stuff. I was crying for hours.
I remember
fucking
this
passed
fucking
out,
story,
right?
bro. Okay, keep going.
So, yeah, I passed out. The next morning, there's like a big knock at the door. I mean, like pounding on the door. I thought it was the cops. So, we're all hungover. We were all asleep. It was like maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. And all I hear is like yelling and screaming and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because, at that time I'm staying with my sister. So I thought it was something like somebody coming over to try to fight her or something like that.
Right.
So, we're like naked and shit. Like, I'm like, it's 6 o'clock in the fucking morning. Like, what the fuck is going on? Who is yelling? Like, what the fuck happened?
Right.
And then I just hit somebody just busting the fucking door. And I'm like, I told you, we are fucking butt-ass naked.
Whoa.
This white girl comes in screaming and cussing and just yelling, oh, you're a motherfucker, blah, 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 this and that.
Shit.
And I'm like, oh, shit, he got a girlfriend.
Oh, shit.
So he want that drama.
I was like, oh, that's what we doing. And I was like, so fucking shocked that it just didn't faze me. I couldn't do shit but laugh. Like, it was funny to me. Like, I was like, what the fuck? This some Jerry Springer shit.
Facts.
So, like, I'm just walking in the bathroom trying to put on my damn bra and shit, just like, and the whole time I'm just laughing like, this is really happening to me, like, because I ain't never in my life, I'm like, this shit is really happening right now. So, we're both in the bathroom. The bitch is trying to break in the bathroom. And I'm like, okay, well, I got my bra on, I got my shirt on. I'm finna bounce. Like, I'm gonna let you handle this. This is your problem. This ain't got shit to do with me.
Right.
So I said, I'm gonna need you to move. Because if you swing the wrong way and hit me, we're gonna all have some problems. So y'all can handle this. I don't give a fuck. Like, do your thing. And I'm gonna bounce. I'm just gonna go this way. So I don't know what the hell they talked about, but they ended up leaving. And he came back and he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, so you got a girlfriend? He was like, no, that's just my crazy ex. She's trying to say she's pregnant, this and that. And I was like, okay. Like, I didn't even know what to say. Like,
right. What do you say?
Yeah, like, what do you say to that? He was like, no, she's just fucking crazy and all this other stuff. I'm so sorry. And I was like laughing so hard, I was like literally in tears. And he was looking at me like I was fucking crazy, but it was fucking comical to me. Like, what do you do? Like, what do you say? Like, this is crazy bitch that came out of nowhere. I didn't even know you had an ex-girlfriend or even a girlfriend. Like, we talked about like our, past relationships or whatever, but I thought he had like broke up with her like months ago. I mean, obviously you must still be sleeping with the bitch for her to be acting like that, right?
That. Most of the time it's like that, but sometimes people
it's just good and folk won't let go.
There you go.
I know about it. Yes,
you got another story like that?
Hey, I ain't got one like that now. I don't do it all.
So it was crazy. Like, that wasn't the first incident that happened. Like, months down the road, I thought, they had hashed it out or whatever. I was like, well, if you're going to be with her to go do your thing, I'm not really looking for a relationship anyway, whatever. So, I had some stuff happen, and then I came back to my sisters or whatever. Me and him reconnected. We were like, oh, we're just going to be friends, whatever. But it turned back into a sexual relationship. And then she came over one night, and she was like, she was cussing him out and everything, and then she was like, she wanted to talk to me. So I went and got in her car.
You.
Yeah, because, fuck it. We with the drama. Let's see what's up. So I went and got in the car with her, and she was driving around or whatever, and she was like, yeah, I don't even think he's into black girls anyway.
What?
And I was like, she was like, yeah, because I dated a black guy once, and he got all upset about it and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I ain't going to say that on your podcast, but I was like, Shawty was with the chocolate though, okay?
Clearly, because you back a second time around checking for me, right?
I was like, okay, well, Daddy ain't got no problem with the chocolate. I can tell you that right now. Oh, he was eating the hell out of this candy bar. So I don't know. He got no problem with the chocolate, okay? So all that shit you saying, I don't feel that. I was just like, okay, that's how you feel. Okay. So yeah, that was just funny. And he was like, what'd y'all talk about? Nothing, obviously. I said, oh, she said you was racist, but
Clearly. Can't be
Yeah,
racist.
okay.
You in the pudding, baby. You
right,
in the
all
pudding.
in it. Okay.
The dog pudding, that milk chocolate pudding.
And came back many times for it. So
yes, got that come back, clap back, talk back. Yes.
Wow. Do you have any other stories?
Oh man, I'm about to say, I mean, y'all heard my little, crazy setup with this whole catfish type of bullshit. So how are we going to romantic side? Can we be a little romantic
Yes,
tonight?
we can definitely be a little romantic.
A little romantic, right? All right, so just so y'all know, I am a tourist. I believe in being romantic. I like the flowers and all that good shit. So, with that being said, I'm going to tell y'all about me and my little friend. So, back about 5 years ago, that what he do, right? I saw him on the website. I'm not going to even name what it is. But I say, damn. Sick for 150 pounds.
Mm.
All right, I got you. How old you, Will? 36? Okay, no problem. You got a job? All right, no problem. Yeah. You got a car? A house? All right. So we good. Just like me. We on the same page, right? Okay. All right, so I said, so what you doing tonight? You want to link up, go catch a movie, go have some dinner, anything else, stuff like that. And he says, yeah, what's going on, what you want to do? I tell you what, let's go to Applebee's, get us a margarita, get these hot wings, and we'll go from there. You feel me?
Right.
Give me a little drink, give me a little food, get me right. So, we leave Applebee's, y'all. Believe it or not, he drove. So, out of nowhere, he was like, I want to show you something. Now, I'm thinking, that look, damn, what you finna show me? But no, he driving up, y'all. He take me up on the damn top of the railroad track. Take me up to the top of the railroad track. So now we're sitting like on a sky view. And he like, I just wanted to sit here and talk. And we sat there and we talked and we got to know each other and we reminisced. And when I tell y'all, we saw the sun go down. We didn't see it come up. But I was asleep by then. But when I tell y'all, that simple day, that simple man made 5 years now my life. And when I tell y'all I love him, he know he is, Quan, I love you. But anyway, they're my baby, y'all. So just so y'all know, he is romantic. I will always have him my hope. And with that being said, that is my romantic story. What you got going on, Miss DJ?
I wanted to see if Simone had another story before I told mine, because I always got to try to end my podcast with like a lesson or something, because mine is like a crazy story that you could really learn from when getting to know somebody. So, do you have any others?
It's hard to follow up Ken's little romantic story.
I know, right? Or
I'm really
if you
trying to
have
think
a romantic one, then whatever you got, because I know mine is not romantic.
Right, it don't gotta be.
Well, it started off.
It could be tragic.
Right, because mine's definitely tragic.
I have a lesson story, I guess, when it comes to like relationships.
Yeah, go ahead.
There was a guy that I met through a friend, and I was like really into him. Like we were into a lot of the same music and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I remember just thinking like, oh my God, this guy is like really cute. Like he's my type, like in every way. And we really hit it off, and like he was telling me that he had just got out of a relationship and he didn't want to like get into another one. He was still kind of stuck on his ex. So I was like, okay, that's cool. So for a long time, we literally just hung out and everything. We never slept together or nothing like that. And then when we finally did, it was like we were together all the time. So I would like drive miles and miles to go and see him and stuff all the time, on my own gas and everything. Because I just like spending time with him. And, I wasn't really about asking people for money. Like, right. I want to spend time with you. I don't mind using my own gas and stuff to do so.
Right.
And he would come around and see me sometimes too. And so, we just kind of hit it off. And I really thought that we were going to like, be a couple eventually. But it really never turned into that. It just turned into like this sexual friendship. Oh, and then I ended up like going to school, and he would come and see me and stuff. And then like, I don't know, it kind of got weird because when I was in school and I started getting real busy, like into my work and stuff like that, it's like he was, I won't say jealous, but he was like upset that I wasn't spending all my time on him.
Possessive.
But he never...
Y'all know it.
Oh my God.
Possessive.
But he never wanted to like make it official. And so, I didn't think that he really wanted me like that. I was just taking it for what it was. So, I was like, I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to focus on myself. I'm going to focus on my work. And so that's what I was doing. And like he had an issue with that. And so we kind of fell out and fell off. And while I was in school, I ended up getting with another guy and getting pregnant by him or whatever. And then after I had my baby, you know, we kind of clicked back together, and then that's when he started saying like, oh, you know, I really wanted to be with you like that, but then you got with somebody in school and got pregnant. And I'm like, that is not how that happened at all, but okay. I mean, I felt like, you know, I was coming to spend time with you. Like, I mean, seriously, I was driving from Covington, Georgia to Canton, Georgia, Woodstock area, like every single
miles
weekend.
On the car, y'all.
Miles on the car, like crazy, like going out to see this guy because I really liked him, and it just turned out that I just felt like he wasn't, you know, there for me. And I remember even after I had my baby, I, you know, drove out to see him some more, and he had gotten his own place by then because before he was living with his sister, but he got in his own apartment and stuff. And I remember his birthday came around, and I went and got him a little cookie cake, and I drove it out there to him. Did y'all know he didn't even open the damn door?
You
He knew I was coming. He knew I was coming, and he was like, oh, I took an Ambien and I fell asleep. But you knew I was coming, so why would you take a sleeping pill and go to sleep? Like, it's kind of an asshole thing.
He wanted some smoke.
And then, like, so I fucking left the damn shit on his car.
Well,
and
I
I
want
was
to
just
fight
like,
somebody, Ken.
He want the smoke, baby, and Ken brings it.
So I had, like, just left the damn cookie cake on his car, and on the ride home, I was like, you know, crying and upset and like beat myself up. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you that you coming after this guy like this? Like, he obviously don't give a fuck about you. You know, that's what I was telling myself. And by the time I got home, he called me and was like, where are you at? I was like, I fucking left because I knocked on your door over and over and called you and you didn't answer the phone. Like, you know, like, so fuck it. And, you know, after a while, I think I went to see him one more time. And when I went to go see him, we ended up having sex or whatever. And after that, he just kind of got up and just like went in the living room and sat down and started watching TV or whatever. And so I kind of just felt like, you know, like what the fuck? Like usually, you know, it's a cuddle or whatever. But it wasn't like that time. And I remember sitting in his fucking bathroom, and I think I called Dominique.
Oh, my God.
And I was sitting on the fucking floor, like, crying and upset. And that was the last time I ever went and saw him and slept with him. And even to this day, this guy, he will still call me and text me and stuff. And I'm married now. But, you know, it caused a little rift with me and my husband for a while. But I'm like, you have nothing to worry about because that shit, that fucking boat flew. It's like, it's gone. It sailed away a long time ago. Like, you don't have anything to worry about when it comes to him because he's obviously not serious about me and never was.
She says,
so I will say the lesson in that is don't go out of your fucking way to try to please people. If you're doing it just for you, just because you want to have fun and stuff and you know the kind of person that they are, just take it at fucking face value.
Right.
Like, don't
put your heart in it.
Yeah, don't put your heart into shit that's really not there. Like, you got to see the relationship for what it is, take it at face value, and then just live your life. You can't get in your fucking feelings when it comes to people. Like, you have to, if they're not, you know, reciprocating and giving that kind of energy back to you,
and it's not really
let
worth
that shit go.
Let
that shit go. Just, or at least, you know, dial down the energy that you're putting into it because you really put yourself in a screwed up situation.
Unless you're one of those people who just don't, you're okay because you getting something that you want, but like you said, kind of if you really investing in it like that for real, then yeah, you should back away. You really you gave the lesson, bro. I don't even know if I need to give my story, y'all.
And see, she talked it off, man. You gotta think
really
about
did.
it. You know, when she say that, it hit me. One thing that I do believe, you have to see stuff for face value. You can't see a person and just see the good that you want them to be if it ain't there. You know, a lot of us, we get caught up in our own selves and we be, oh, my man do everything and he go to work and pay the bills and da-da-da-da. But you actually, when they're doing this stuff while your man sitting at the house on the sofa with that bag of chips and that remote.
Right.
So my point is, at the end of the day, like she said, y'all, you cannot invest your time into a person who don't want it. At the end of the day, they just want your body. If you don't feel that same way, let that shit go in like edges, baby. Right. Let it go. Let it go.
Don't let your edges go. Take care of your edges.
Please drink your water. Take care of your edges, child. So, or even like falling for potential, because that's my thing, right? So, I give y'all, this is the last dating story. I will give. So, when I first met my ex off of a dating app, we're just gonna say that we hit it off. I tell you that hard hit chemistry, we hit it off
Smoke.
Like it was all the smoke.
Ah.
You feel me? Like it was great the first couple weeks. Anyway, so he had just moved into this place, and I was going over there every day, and we were chilling, blah blah blah. But he didn't have a car, right? He had his own place, but he didn't have a car, right?
Okay, halfway.
So halfway, you feel me? He told me he was working for this painting company, right? This is what he told me when we first met. He had his own place. It seemed like he was keeping food in the house, stuff like that. So, okay, I'm gonna believe it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks in, y'all don't judge me. Y'all probably are. It's okay. He hit me up and we were talking, and he didn't have too much furniture in the house though. He wanted to get furniture, so he was talking about he didn't want to rent a U-Haul. He wanted to rent like a van or something like that. But he had an out-of-state license. I'm not gonna go into detail about the license because you never know, he might end up listening home. Anyway, so he had an out-of-state license, so he couldn't rent a van or whatever.
Right.
So we talking or whatever. And I'm like, well, give me the money and I'll let you do that, because you know you driven my car with me in the car so that I see you can drive. So I'm like, that's cool. So we do the rent thing or whatever, and he's handling his business with the vehicle. Mind you, maybe 2-3 days down the line, I'm going to his house that night, you know. So I get there, and by the time I get there, he's not there yet. So we talking on the phone. He's at Walmart. So we talking on the phone or whatever. He's at Walmart, and then all of a sudden, the phone hangs up. And then I'm sitting there, I'm calling him. I don't hear nothing for about 30 minutes. So I'm angry. I'm pissed. Not thinking nothing of it. I'm thinking I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but I just leave. So mind you, maybe about an hour and a half later, his phone number pops up on my phone. So I'm pick up, about to be like, so what happened? You know what I'm saying? He automatically picks up. I'm like, hello? I'm getting arrested. And that's all I hear. Shit. And then the police officer gets on the phone and was like, hey, is this Dominique Robinson? I'm like, yeah, this is Dominique Robinson. And she was like, this is Officer blah, blah, blah. We need you to come down to the Walmart and such drive. I'm thinking, I'm shaking, bitch. I'm like, I got a 5-year-old. What the fuck this nigga done did in this damn car? You know what I'm saying? I think King was like 4 or 5 at the time. No, this was King's birthday. I had celebrated his birthday, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to come see you after then.
Right.
Yeah, I think this was around King's birthday, or he just turned 5. Something like that. Anyway. So I'm shaking driving to the Walmart. I'm just shaking. So I get up there, police out there everywhere. You see him in one place. He got a couple of his homeboys over here, blah, blah, blah. So the police officer said, so what's his name? And at the time, I don't know his name. I don't know his real name. I don't know his full name. I know nicknames like Rico, Rail. I know these names.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. And she's like, she gives me the full name. And then she's like, well, then she asked me about the car. How did I get in connection? So I told her. And she was like, well, this is why he's getting arrested. So he had 5 credit cards that weren't in his name. He had different IDs. So he was a scammer.
Oh, scam artist trying to come up and got caught.
Got caught
at the Walmart.
Got caught at the Walmart.
Girl, everybody get caught.
Right. Got caught at the Walmart. So anyway, you know, she was like, you really need to get to know people and who you dealing with before you really need to get to know who you dealing with. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't even know his name. And I was like, yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? So, and I did go on to date this guy for a long time. We were on and off and stuff like that. I believe in twin flames. I slick believe he's my twin flame. We don't talk anymore right now. But anyway, the lesson in that is dating in general. Really make sure you get to know the person. Yeah, you could have fun with them. The chemistry could be hitting. But really ask the right questions, and don't be like me. Don't be written cards and people's names within the first month. Don't do it.
Don't get on no apartment.
Don't do it. I don't want to hear nothing about what you never did, okay?
But I will say this. I agree with that, because the one guy that I talked about earlier, whose ex-girlfriend or whatever came, years down the line, we ended up talking again. He hit me up on Facebook, and he apologized for a lot of the crap that happened or whatever. And I was like, he was like, do you want to come and see me? And for a while, I was like, nah, But then I was like, why the fuck not? And because I was kind of seeing this other guy, but it really wasn't working out.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to go see him and, just, get to hang out with him or whatever. And we have been talking for weeks. So I go see him. One thing leads to another. We ended up sleeping together again. Blah, blah, blah.
They did.
After that.
They did. And I do it every time.
After that, he just basically kind of like ghosted me. And I didn't hear from him for after that at all. And then years down the line, my sister told me, yeah, well, he's got a baby on. It wasn't even years down the line. It was like a year down the line. She's like, yeah, he had a baby or whatever, and his girlfriend was pregnant. So he had a girl that was pregnant when he was coming to see me. He was talking to me or whatever. And I guess that's why he kind of just disappeared. But I'm like, people can be so fucking shallow. You can think that you know them, even if you've known them for years and stuff at a time, and they still play the same stupid ass games. People really don't grow. So when you see, when they show you who they are, just believe them. And then you have to ask yourself, is it worth dealing with that person on that level? You know what I mean? Like, you can think, okay, it's been years down the line. They seem like they've changed from the conversations that we're having, but the truth of the matter is they really don't.
I don't know. It's like I kind of disagree with that because I feel like people can grow and people can
I'm not
change.
saying that they can't, but my thing is you don't really know if that person has grown because you haven't really been around them.
So
you
it's
only
like
know what they're telling you.
So it's like, do you spend more time with them before you invest, or what's your solution there? Because I really do feel like people can grow and people can change. Like we are, even the knowledge that we have come to now, like we had to start somewhere, right? So even with people with the foolishness and the selfishness and the stupidness, I feel like they even grow. So it's like, what's the solution? Like, do we just not give them time until they really show us, or do we what's your answer to that?
I would say, do you think that person is worth the trouble to begin with?
That's true.
And then on top of that, knowing who they were in the past and stuff, do you really want to pursue that? Right. And then once you answer those questions for yourself, do they have something to show that they've actually changed?
Right.
Like, is it soundproof physical evidence that this person is a different person, or is it just something coming out of their mouth?
Right.
See, I just took it based on what he was telling me.
Got you.
And not really verifying the information for myself. And because we weren't really even in the same city at the time, it's not really like I could verify it anyway.
Right.
But, I was just going off face value, and I wasn't really trying to even get with him in that manner. I was just trying to see if we could reconnect and maybe build something in the future.
Right.
But even that turned out to be crap. So it's like,
right.
it really wasn't worth it. It was a waste of my time. And I didn't realize it then, but I do now that I actually put my emotions into it because of our past and stuff, and because of what, the connection that we had before. I was trying to rekindle that, but even that wasn't worth, it really wasn't anything then. When I look at it now, I know like the feelings and the emotions that I had was really just lust. It wasn't really me being like in love with him or nothing like that. It was just we had a good time together, and I was like, well, hell, that in itself can build into some type of good relationship. If he really wanted it, we probably could have, but he didn't. And so
he didn't, or the situation really, he turned out, he popped up and had a baby and didn't know how to tell you and then ghosted you because of that. We'll never know though, huh?
Either way, it don't matter. Like, he knew he was in a situation where he could have possibly gotten
someone. And he didn't tell you, did he?
And he never told me. I found out through my sister.
Dirty dog. Dirty dog.
that he had an older daughter, which was around the time that we had messed around. And he was married, and he had a second baby.
So was he married when he was fooling with you, or was he married, or did he get married afterwards? So that's something we'll never know.
We'll never know. Like, I don't know if he was married. He didn't have a ring on, and he didn't look like he had, like a tan or anything around his finger. But you never fucking know.
Sometimes things happen though. Like, guys be messing around, and they get somebody pregnant, not giving him an excuse at all, because that's not an excuse. But I just wonder, like, he still should have been man enough to tell you.
But see, and that's the thing too. I don't understand guys going around just spreading their seed left and right.
Yeah, that's
like not
cool
I won't even go into details on what happened that night, but he wasn't careful either with me. But I was on birth control, so it was cool. But at the same time, you're out here doing this and that with me, and what if my birth control would have failed? Then you would have had 2 girls that were pregnant. So while you out here doing all this and that, knowing that you are possibly in this situation with another individual, why would you want to add more, to your plate in that way? Like, I just don't think a lot of guys think. So it's like, women, we kind of have to be the sounding board for ourselves and, like,
very true,
take on that responsibility because, like I said, I was protected. But what if I hadn't been? Then I would have been in a fucked up situation with a fucked up individual. Yeah. So it's like, I'm glad that,
everything
it worked out the way it did. But
well, Ken got
gotta
one
be careful,
comment
man.
when it comes to that. I just gotta say, I'm the only man here, so I'm speaking up for his men. They gotta understand his men like to fuck. I mean, I hate to say it so bluntly, but that's what it is. Men like to have sex, and if we got somebody who we know without a reasonable doubt, we can go, we can call it a day, move on. That's a man.
Do they? Let me ask you this though. Now, when they have that one that they feel like is they go to, do they care about this woman at all, or do they just she's just that woman that's just there, that's available? Like you know what I'm saying? Like I wonder that. Most women will be like, nah, he don't give a fuck about you. You just some pussy. But
I don't
he
feel
always.
That way.
Do you feel like he care in a way, or?
I feel like every person that's single or with somebody got that one person that they know is their person. Now the rest of them folks they doing stuff with, having sex, they fun, they kick up, they talk junk or whatever. But I think that main one, they always care for. That's what they the main one. That's what I say.
And that's what you say?
That's what I say.
Cause I know they say, like I'm a part of this singles group or whatever, and they'll ask certain questions like that, and a lot of men will be like, well, there's a difference between love and sex. So yes, men can go off and cheat and love their woman because a nut is just a nut to them. But it's like, why do you need a nut from a different fucking woman
if you in love?
If you in love with this main woman, and if that woman is not into that lifestyle, it'll hurt that woman.
Right.
So it's like,
do you all day long? But my thing is, I really believe that when you sleep with people, you leave a piece of yourself in them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it kills me to think that men feel like it's okay. It's one thing to sleep with somebody, but it's another thing to be sleeping with people unprotected.
Right.
It's another thing to be just, careless and coming in women and stuff like that when there's no connection there. Right. I don't understand why you feel the need to spread your seed around town to this girl, that girl, this girl, and that girl when you're not serious about any of them. So, like, what do you get out of that?
You know what? I just gotta say, I feel like when men do that, when they have this girl that they doing something with, that girl, pretty much what they doing is just securing themselves to know if everything else fails, I got one person I can hit.
That's what I heard too. That's what another dude told me. That's what another dude told me. They say, they'll have their main one, but they're not always entertain that one or two on the side. So just in case that if anything, everything fails, they got somebody else to fall back on. And it's like, how?
That doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
it makes sense in a logical way, but it's bad sense if you're really in love with that person, and if you know this woman is in love with you.
Right.
Like, why would you feel like
you have to be a very insecure and not emotionally correct with yourself to be like that? Because when you think about it, why do you need to fall back on any fucking body? Like, if you are a sound individual, why do you need a woman here, a woman there, this person and that person to fall back on?
Most society ain't sound, whether they believe it or not.
They're not.
Like, that's just part of the reason why I made this podcast, because a lot of people think they are, and they're really not.
And you gotta think about it also, Simone, you hit something deep, but I feel like when it come down to people doing all this different stuff and why you gotta have somebody to fall back on, I feel like that they gotta have it. They want it. People like attention. People like to feel like they want it. And so when they got 2, 3, 4 people that they can
It feeds
jump in.
them.
It feed their energy. And so it's not that they purposely out here cheating or purposely out
Well,
here
it is
doing
on
wrong. I mean,
purpose
it's
because-
purpose because you know what you're doing before you go in.
But there's that
I do get-
underlying
there is
reason
an
that they don't
underlying reason
understand,
of just
like what you
simply
said.
having somebody there.
Right.
Everybody wants somebody that's there. And some of these men, they know they ain't shit. They know at the end of the day, if it ain't for the baby mama right here, I ain't got nowhere to stay. If it ain't for a shawty right there to get the food, I ain't got nothing to eat. If it went for a shawty over there, my kids won't have no shoe.
Man.
Some men sit that way. And so I do feel like men do use women in the wrong way, and yeah, wrong. But you got to think about it. What world we live in? World of 2020, baby. Everything going wrong. Corona, talk about it.
Oh, that's a whole nother topic. We gonna end it right. We gonna end it right there. I want to thank both of y'all, Ken the motherfucking man,
you know
and I
it.
want to thank
Hey.
Simone. Thank y'all for
Of
coming
course.
on to kick off Dating Chronicles with Playing for Keeps podcast. This is your girl DJ signing out. Thank you for tuning in, and y'all have a great one.